pilot's astonishing encounter. On August 26, 2024, a remarkable event took place high above the Atlantic Ocean. An airline pilot, while flying at 35,000 feet, experienced an extraordinary sighting that would leave both him and his captain absolutely baffled. The night was clear, and the cockpit lights were dimmed to enhance the visibility of the night sky, a practice the pilot favored during night flights. As they navigated through the dark sky, the pilot and the captain noticed unusual orbs of light, moving in a bizarre manner quite a few meters away. Take a look. These lights were not like anything they had seen before. They moved in a strange manner, swirling around each other with incredible agility. At one moment, they would dart away at astonishing speeds, and in the next, they would come to a complete stop, hovering silently in the night sky. Intrigued by the sight, the pilot quickly reached for his phone to capture the moment. He recorded the lights as they continued to appear and vanish, seemingly at will. Throughout the time, the orbs kept reappearing, each time more astonishing than the last. At one point, the pilot managed to film 2 of these lights, and as he turned the camera, he discovered another group of orbs to the south. According to him, the footage he captured was unlike any typical satellite or aircraft they were accustomed to seeing. But what's truly interesting is that the pilot was not alone in his observations. Another airline pilot who was flying in the vicinity also confirmed the sighting. This colleague reported having seen the same strange orbs multiple times during midnight hours when the sky was dark and devoid of sunlight. Their shared experiences added credibility to the unusual encounter. The way these lights moved was distinct from satellites or other known aerial phenomena. Satellites typically follow predictable paths and do not exhibit the erratic behavior observed during this flight. The pilot's experience was further validated by the fact that he had been flying for years and was well-versed in identifying common aerial objects. He had seen many things in his career, but this was unlike any other experience. The orbs seemed to defy the laws of physics, moving in ways that did not align with any known aircraft or natural phenomena. This sighting is part of a larger trend where pilots and military personnel have begun to report their experiences with unidentified flying objects more openly. The stigma surrounding such sightings has diminished, leading to a surge in reports and discussions about what might be out there in the vastness of our skies. So, what do you think? Did the pilot capture something truly unexplained that defy ordinary explanation? Or is it something else entirely? Well, you decide. The Bright UFO. On February 22, 2023, at 7:29 p.m., an unusual event occurred in Phoenix, Arizona. A resident returned home and noticed a bright white beam in the sky. Initially, they thought it was a shooting star, but the beam remained still for a moment before starting to rotate on its axis. As it started spinning, it changed colors, resembling a rolling ball. Let's take a look. This strange sight captured the person's attention, leading him to take multiple videos until their phone battery died. As the resident observed the beam, it suddenly transformed back into a beam of light, moving back and forth in a peculiar manner. The beam would disappear completely, only to reappear deeper in the atmosphere, still shining brightly. The changing forms of the light were captivating. It shifted between being a sphere and a beam of light every few seconds. The eyewitness was completely confused, but did not experience any fear or discomfort during the encounter. The footage captured during this sighting was intriguing. The bright object seemed to defy explanation, as it hovered and shifted in ways that did not resemble any known aircraft or natural phenomena. The resident noted that the object made no noise, adding another mystery to this event. According to him, at one point, the observer noticed faint objects nearby, but the bright beam remained the main focus. This unusual light display was not just a fleeting moment. It lasted long enough for the person to record multiple clips. The beam's sharpness and brightness made it stand out against the darkening sky. As it faded away, it left the observer in a state of confusion, pondering what they had just witnessed. This sighting is part of a broader pattern of unusual aerial phenomena reported in the area. Phoenix has a history of UAP sightings, with many residents sharing similar experiences. Multiple individuals also shared their similar encounters with this UFO. But things become interesting when someone else actually captured this UFO from a whole different angle. Let's take a look. So, what do you think of it? Did the individual capture something otherworldly in the skies above Phoenix, Arizona? Or was it something else entirely? I leave it up to you to decide. Multiple orbs. On June 30, 2024, in Chatham, Massachusetts, a remarkable sighting took place that captivated the attention of a local resident. The evening began around 9:00 p.m. when the individual stepped outside to enjoy the clear night sky. They were accustomed to stargazing and often used a laser pointer to interact with the stars. This ritual involved blinking the laser 3 times and holding it steady, which usually attracted some form of response from the lights above. As the night progressed, the observer noticed several high-altitude lights, some of which appeared to be satellites. However, a few of these lights exhibited unusual behavior, moving erratically and changing direction unexpectedly. This prompted the observer to fetch their binoculars for a closer look. Around 12:16 a.m., the sighting reached its peak. The observer spotted multiple blue orbs arranged in a triangle or V shape, hovering approximately 150 to 500 feet away. The angle of elevation was about 45 degrees, making the view quite clear. These orbs were not static. They merged into a single orange orb, creating a stunning visual display. The observer described the lights as swirling in the vicinity, showcasing bursts of speed before vanishing and reappearing at a slower pace. The footage captured during this encounter lasted about 1 minute. It revealed the transformation of the blue orbs into an orange orb, which seemed to pulse and change colors. The observer noted the distinct characteristics of the lights, which included their bright illumination and the way they shifted from blue to orange. Throughout this extraordinary event, the observer felt a mix of wonder and curiosity. They had experienced similar phenomena before, but never to this extent. The lights danced across the sky, leaving the observer in awe of the beauty and mystery of the night. As the sighting concluded, the observer remained captivated by what they had witnessed. But what do you think of this sighting? Something truly mind-boggling? Or something else entirely? Let me know down in the comments below. The elongated UFO. In the month of October 2017, a remarkable incident occurred in Long Beach, California that left eyewitnesses stunned and the UFO community abuzz with excitement. More than 50 people reported seeing a massive triangular-shaped craft hovering silently over the nearby Twenty Palms Marine Corps base, and they captured stunning footage of the event. One of the eyewitnesses, a local resident, was doing yard work in his backyard when he noticed a huge elongated white light in the sky. Realizing this was no ordinary object, he quickly grabbed his infrared camera and began recording. Things started taking an even weirder turn when smaller orb-like objects started emerging from the larger craft in a triangular formation before rearranging themselves into a vertical line. The eyewitness, an avid recorder of such mysterious UFOs, had been capturing such sightings for nearly a decade. He believed that the more these events were documented, the more impressive the evidence would become. In this case, the triangular formation of objects emerging from the larger craft was particularly significant, as he had experienced similar triangular formations in 3 previous sightings. The eyewitness believes that these specific formations are a way for the entities behind these UFOs to communicate with each other and interact with humans. This was not the only remarkable UFO sighting in the area. In March 2017, the same eyewitness captured another stunning video of 5 green lights with a black tower on top, hovering just 50 feet off the ground in his backyard in Newport Beach. As the person said, despite the close proximity, the eyewitness had trouble recording the event due to a full memory card. By the time he had cleared some space, the object had already traveled across the yard and into the upper atmosphere, performing unusual maneuvers along the way. The eyewitness is certain that what he saw was a genuine UFO, given the close range of the encounter. But what do you think of this mysterious sighting? Is it something military or drone operation, or is it something truly and genuinely otherworldly? Well, as always, I leave it up to you to decide. Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to watch more interesting UFO videos in the future.